guys, welcome back to Custom Gamer. My name is Daz and this is the show where we talk about level design while playing cool maps. And we've got another level design diary today. I've been inspired to make some tweaks and changes to my Left 4 Dead 2 map Cornered, which was a survival map that got released, man, it was a year ago or so now. Time sure flies. So I noticed that Valve were going to add workshop support for Left 4 Dead 2 in a week or two. Who knows when it'll actually come out, but I thought it'd be nice to put Cornered up on there when it's released, so I decided to start making some changes of it and keep like just a little diary of what I do each day. Perhaps I won't release a mapping diary every day, but perhaps one now and one in a week or so, so you can have a look at all the changes I did every day and my reasoning behind said changes. So got just a little bit of background of the changes I want to make today, and then some footage of the day one changes, and I'll keep you guys updated with videos as we go forward, so enjoy. Okay, so day one. This is the final version of the map which was released on left4deadmaps.com, so this is the version you've all played if you've downloaded the map. And what I want to do is add some more visual detail, because there's a lot of areas in this map which are still very boxy, don't have a lot of interesting details in. So I want to fix that up, make it look better. And there's some gameplay changes I want to make as well. For instance, let's go over here. I want to get rid of the machine gun here. Again, this is something I talked about in my level design analysis video for this map, which I did shortly after it was released on final. This area is really overpowered for the survivors, main reason being this machine gun just lets one survivor cover this entire angle here, while the other three can just worry about what's coming from this direction. It makes things really easy. So I want to kill this gun here, I think, get rid of it completely. I'm not really a big fan of it. I also want to add some more routes for the survivors and zombies. For instance, this area here, it's just kind of dead space in the map for survivors. There's no actual reason to come here at all. It's just a dead end if you're a survivor. So I want to add a way to get up here, perhaps some boxes or a mudslide or something. So that will give them more route choices to get around the map. And for infected, I want to add more ladders for them to climb. Things like perhaps up here, so they can get into this area in a different way. Again, it'll make this area more difficult to defend if there's more ways into it. And perhaps adding some side areas to this tunnel here. Right now they can kind of drop down and come from this angle, or drop down and come from here. So if we can add like perhaps a little tunnel or something in here, give them more options about where to spawn and where to attack players from. There's also this area here. Obviously this needs a visual rework because it's boring as hell to look at right now. So I'm thinking about perhaps adding something like perhaps a subway entrance or some little shop fronts here or something. Because right now it's just like a little box that's been carved out of the map. It looks utterly terrible. I'm not too fond of these pillars either. I think they look a bit dodgy, so they can perhaps be reworked. What else would I like to do? Yeah, something I completely forgot to finish off for the original version of the map, but these telegraph wires don't actually go all the way out of the map. They just kind of start here. There should be like another telegraph pole here and then coming in from the skybox, and yeah, so there should actually be two sets of these as well, so that needs some work. They go out of bounds here, which is fine, so you can't actually see where they go to from here because of the fog in the game. But yeah, that needs some work. Now I'm thinking about adding some more cables as well, perhaps on the top of here, like coming down. I think that'll look kind of cool, especially when the wind picks up during the storms. They'll kind of flap around everywhere. I think that'll look kind of nice. So that's another idea I've got. And again, just adding some more miscellaneous details around the sides of the map to make it look a bit more lived in. For instance, this area here looks okay from down here. You've got like these trees providing a bit of parallax, but I think we can add some more stuff even behind them as well. right now it just looks like the map goes off into nothingness behind them, so perhaps we can add some more little buildings or things like that. Could look quite nice. And again, just visual tweaks, things like from feedback I've got on Left 4 Dead maps, and feedback from you guys who watched the level design analysis video and things like that. So perhaps tweaking the light rays coming off these lampposts and things like that. So yeah, that's the basic plan. So what I'm going to do with this video is just record what I do each day and comment on it a bit, so that you guys can see what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And then at the end of it, you'll be able to download the updated version from Steam Workshop, as long as Valve keeps their plans rolling and it does get released in the next week or two. So let's go and have a look at what I do on day one. Alright, let's have a quick bit of orientation, as it's been a while since we've had a look at this map. This is the unmodified version, so this is the version you can download right now. Exactly the same as the released version from months and months ago. So as you can see, this is what I was talking about, these pillars that I've remade, because they look absolutely awful right now. Just giant cubes standing around there, so that's not cool. Yeah, so we've redone all of those. I think I need to do something to these lights. I think I need to put like a sprite glow in them or something. I don't know why I haven't done that already. I'm also thinking about turning these lamps on and giving them like perhaps like a warm orange light and a bit of a light halo for them or something. Could brighten this area up a little bit, because it's basically pitch black right now.
That's better.
I think I need to fix this flame effect. When you get close to it, it kind of disappears and looks a bit strange, and then when you back up, it changes to full fire effect again. It's a bit weird. Obviously using the wrong particle effect or wrong entity for it there, so we'll have a look at that at some point as well. This is the area I'm going to add those crates to. As you can see, there's absolutely no reason to come here as a survivor at the moment, so meh. I think there can definitely be some detail added to this area here. I'm thinking of adding some recesses into the concrete here, perhaps sort of like a recess with like perhaps a phone booth in it or something, perhaps somewhere to store tools or something like that, because at the moment it's quite dull down here. Again, I'm going to add the ladder there so that survivors can jump up. Here's something I can do. I can fix the lighting on this, oh Christ, what do you call these things? This bollard, we'll go with bollard. Here you'll notice that you've got these giant lights pouring light onto it and it's still pitch black, so it's obviously something's up with the lighting origin or something on that particular model, so we can fix that with perhaps an info lighting or something. That'd be quite good. This is something else I can possibly fix. I'm not quite sure why that's even happening, but all you have to do is walk up to the windows and they break. It's not particularly good. So we can have a look at that. So it's generally just lots of niggling little small issues I have with the visuals in this map, really. I'm quite happy with the layout, bar a few circumstances. It's generally just a big visual upgrade I want to give to the map. Some areas are just really low detail. I'm sure I can do something with this corridor as well to make it more interesting. We'll see. I want to add some more trees to this area, I've decided. Perhaps a tree here. Perhaps another one here. Feels a bit strange with just one big tree. Perhaps have some smaller ones, some bushes as well. Could bring it to life a little bit more. Obviously I want to do something with this because it just looks terrible. We'll do that another day. And like I mentioned in the editor, I want to add a corridor here or something.
Grabbing a shot.
Yeah, you do that. Okay, so that's basically the full map. So let's have a look at the day 1 changes. Okay, so I've worked on it a little while during day 1. This is what I've got so far, so just kind of basic stuff at the moment. Adding more wires here to kind of finish this off. Still need to, I've added the extra pole here, but I just need to add some more wires connecting up to these ones to complete the effect. Let's see, I added this on the side of the building here just to kind of break it up a little bit more. I think it looks okay. We'll have to check it out in the game to make sure it doesn't look silly. I haven't compiled this version yet. I'll do a compile after tomorrow's changes, I think, and so we can see what the changes look like in the game so far. So we've got that. I added some boxes here so the survivors can get up. The infected have always had this ladder here, so that's always a way to get up for them. Haven't deleted this yet, but that's a pretty simple task. There we go. Won't be needing these either, I think. Save that. Right, and I believe this sound is an ambient sound. Yeah. Oh god, I can't stop it. Sorry guys. Okay, so we won't be needing that anymore, because that was the special sound effect for when you're on the gun, just to make it sound a little bit different. Again, that was something I talked about a lot in my analysis video, is that I didn't want the rain to just sound the same absolutely everywhere, because you get this kind of audio fatigue on the players, and it ends up just turning into a really annoying sound. So I placed a lot of different sounding rain effects all over the map, just to kind of vary it up. Let's see. Yeah, these, if you remember in the original fun version of the map, these were just kind of like giant cubes, and they looked absolutely terrible. So I've done some work here to kind of spruce these areas up, so now you've got these kind of I used the texture as a reference to just kind of building the geometry, just kind of picking out the lines in the texture and using that as a reference, and yeah, just adding things to break up the silhouette. So I thought just have a in-out kind of effect here, kind of embossing kind of thing. So I've replaced all these pillars with these new ones, so I think they look really nice, so that's good. And I've added this kind of gate here looking through the wall, kind of added some posts around as well to increase the visual detail here as well. Before, these posts weren't here, so it just looked really dull, kind of this wall intersecting this post, it just kind of stuck there, but now it kind of blends in a lot better. And you can actually see through the wall here, which means I'm going to have to do some visual work so that this area doesn't look completely broken and boring like it does now. So I'll have to add some detail to this back wall here, and probably add some more shrubs and stuff like this around here. I want to turn this into like a little playground or something, perhaps. Although why is there a playground in an industrial estate is a good question. Perhaps turn it more into like a lunch area, have some tables and chairs and things like that, might make more sense. But yeah, you can't really see back here even from over there, so the fog will probably cover it anyway. So yeah, I just want to concentrate the visual details to this area. There'll be some visual weirdness here that we'll have to clean up. I'm trying to think what else I did. One thing I didn't mention in the intro to this series is I want to completely redo this area here. I think I mentioned this in my analysis video as well, is that this was kind of a placeholder structure. I wanted to replace it with something that looked a lot better, because if you go inside you'll notice it's just a box structure basically. There's a little bit of detail in here but nowhere near enough. Even the stairs look a bit dodgy as well, it's kind of really cramped, and yeah, it's not very good. This is also where all the stuff spawns for the scavenge version of the map, so I'm either going to have to just drop the scavenge mode completely, which I'm considering, because the scavenge mode was kind of added in as a last resort kind of thing. Wasn't really tested too well, So I might just remove the scavenge mode completely. I don't think anyone really played it. It was always kind of survival focused. So yeah, this is going to get some love, I think. I want to add a ladder here, so this area isn't just a complete dead end for survivors. Again, I want to try and remove as many dead ends as possible, which makes me wonder about this area, because it's just one giant dead end. Although again, there are supplies here, but yeah, I don't know what I can really do about it, unless I add perhaps a ladder here for the survivors to get up that way. That could be interesting. I'll have to see. I'm going to make a lot of changes and just test them all out and see how it feels. Added a couple of chimneys up here. I'm going to add a lot more detail to all the rooftops, I think. Add some towers and things like that, just to make it more interesting. Again, a lot of these buildings are just kind of giant cubes. Not much detail. Again, a lot of this is covered by the skybox and the skybox fog, so you don't really notice stuff like this. A lot of these buildings over here you can't actually see from the map anyway. But again, there's hardly any detail here because it's not as though I'm wasting performance or anything. Most of this stuff is just no draw because you can't see it anyway. But yeah, there's a couple of props here, but nothing really to worry about. Yeah, that's day one. On day two I'll probably get into more nitty gritty stuff. There's some scripting changes I need to make. I know there's a particular bug involving the start radios for survival. Here we are. So there's 3 of these radios in the map, and if you trigger one of them it turns off the other 2, but I've messed up the trigger on it, and one of the radios stays on even when you use one of the other 2. So the way I've got this all scripted up is just wrong. You really just want this this entity here to target a kind of overall finale start entity which handles all the triggering in one place, rather than having it duplicated on every single start radio like this. It's just asking for trouble. So yeah, we're going to have to go on that and re-script it. Of course I'll show you how that all turns out and what I changed as I do it. But yeah, that's about it for day one. Okay, that's it for this episode of Level Design Diary. If you had any feedback you wanted to leave for changes to make to the map, if you did play it and thought something sucked, and you wanted a chance to perhaps offer some critiques or possible changes I can make to improve the map, then I'm all ears. Leave a comment or send me an email or something, anything you like, and I'll see what I can do. I want to make this map the best it can be for when it's released on Workshop. And I'd appreciate any feedback you guys have, so let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.